I'm not saying that Nixon was kind of paranoid and a little insecure and a vengeful man, except I just did. It's Russ Woody again, whether you like it or not. And yes, I'm wearing a white shirt. So what? And another Beatles tie, and I make no apology for that, nor should I have to. I know when to make a stand. Richard Nixon was the 37th President of the United States. He took office in 1969, and then around 1974 sometime decided he'd much rather spend his spare time on the beach in Southern California hunting for seashells, stuff like that, which sounds, fun. But he was never a big fan of journalists, to put it mildly, and one journalist that he particularly hated was a man named Jack Anderson, who was a Pulitzer Prize winner and one of the top investigative reporters of his time. The thing Nixon hated about reporters was that they reported things, and his people actually tried to shut Anderson up by bugging his house when they found nothing really, and then by trying to smear him with being gay. Now, for you younger folks, this was before Seinfeld came up with not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know how much younger or older, but there's nothing wrong with that. When none of this worked, allegedly, Nixon consulted with his underlings about a more permanent way to shut Anderson up. One of them involved slipping a pill into his cocktail, but he didn't have that many cocktails. And another was sticking a poison pill that looked like an aspirin into his aspirin bottle, so that when he got a headache, maybe he'd take a poison pill and be dead. And a plan like that wouldn't work, because I would think you'd have to sit outside of his house with some tambourines and a noisemaker just to try and give him a headache until he took the pill that was poison. But look, I wasn't there planning this. They actually also discussed a car crash where they would run into Anderson's car and kill him. Another was stabbing him to death in a robbery of sorts, where they would kill him and then take his wallet and his watch to make it look like a robbery. Unfortunately for them, they got preoccupied with another issue that came up, the Watergate situation, so they dropped the plans they had for Anderson and decided to correct the Watergate dilemma that was facing them. And they did a great job. It turned out fine, and I think Nixon grew to really enjoy his time on the beach.